Good morning, Modern Steaders.
Good morning.
It's a nice brisk 2 degrees out this morning. When I first got up, it was 4. And then it's been getting colder. I don't like when that happens.
It's hard to hear you over your squeaky shoes.
I know, right? It sure is squeaky. You know it's cold. The snow squeaks. It's so cold the chickens don't even want to come out this morning. We're going to be working in the workshop today, restoring our old antique potbelly stove for the off-grid cabin. I'm glad we're working in here today. It's nice and warm. First, we got to take care of all of our animals and get some milk to put in the refrigerator. Well, good morning. A couple of you ladies are coming out. Does that mean I should feed you in the coop, huh? How about both? I'll feed you a little bit out here. And I'll put some feed inside the coop. Good morning. For those of you who don't want to go outside in the cold morning, there you go. And then some of them like eating outside no matter what the weather is. When I feed all the chickens inside, some of them get mad at me and they don't like it because a lot of them like to eat outside, so if I feed them inside, they won't go in. This winter the workshop's become a really bad collect-all of everything, with going back and forth to the off-grid property and building the cabin in the woods up there. We just keep getting more and more stuff for work and tools, and this has just been a place to keep everything warm and out of the weather so we can come and grab it when we need it. So I've been coming in here a lot after we get done working at the property, unload my truck, set it in here for the night, and then I'll pick it back up. So there's a lot of stuff all over the place, and that's why it's kind of a mess. Today I want to start restoring this antique potbelly stove. I see a date, it says 1776 on it. I don't think it was made in 1776. We got our little top. And we have our handle. I want to thank our friends who we got this from. I don't know how old it is for sure, but if we find a date, I'll let you know. If you have any ideas of when that you think the stove was made, leave it in the comments down below. A few things that are giving away some of the ages, the machine screws, they're regular flathead, they're not Phillips or Torx like we use nowadays. It looks like it was taken apart, so it could have been packed and it could have been shipped to the person's house who ordered it, or it could have been packed in if you had a camp way out in the woods or go on train easy. Another thing, I don't know why they used to do this, but all the older wood stoves we have, I shouldn't say all the other older wood stoves we have, the other antique wood cook stove we have has the same thing. The stove pipes they used to put on, and they would squish them and oval them. So this is just a 6-inch stove pipe that you squish and you get it to fit. I don't know the reasoning for that, if it's just so it takes up less room. If you know why they used to do that, leave it in the comments down below. I'd love to find out all this kind of information. But today I want to clean it up and get it painted. It's in really good shape. It just needs some new paint on it and a little bit of the rust taken off. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, But yeah, 1776. I want to stop by taking the doors off. That one comes off really simple. Looks like right here. Yep, we got a way to shake out all the coals and ashes, and then they'll fall down below and we can shovel them out. That's pretty slick. Alright, so we got some cotter pins here. Get it flipped upside down and we'll tighten up the feet. They're a little loose. The legs seem to be in really good shape. I don't think we need to take them off. And completely paint them. I think if we leave them on, we'll be fine. There. The sheet metal bottom's in really good shape, so we don't have to worry about replacing that. That's probably still got a couple years to 5 years worth of life if we use it a lot. We'll end up having that'll rot out from the heat. I can tell these screws have been replaced, but these ones right here look to be original. I know the old antique stove we have that we use for our bacon smoker, that's the same way. That was, I think, bought out of a Sears catalog, and it all came in like flat pieces, and it doesn't use screws to put it together. It just, you put one piece in, then you put the top on that holds everything, and that was the same thing. So if you had a remote cabin somewhere, you could just backpack it in. So I'm thinking this was designed with the same idea. I'm hoping we find a date on it somewhere, or at least a year. It's all cast. I want to go around it first with a big hand wire brush, knock off all the big stuff and all the dust, and then we'll go around and we'll get it a little bit nicer. Got my truck in at the shop today. It needs to get a state inspection. All my respirators are in there. Hopefully we'll be getting that back soon. I should be getting a phone call shortly and we can go get that picked up. And before we get painting, I should have my respirators. I'm really impressed with how well that little wire brush did. I didn't think it would get off as much as it has. Let's try this little wire wheel on our grinder. Well, it's definitely a dirty job. One thing I was noticing is some of these little parts have numbers on them. Like this one has a 14. The bottom of this has a number 10 on it. See if you guys can see that. That's got a 10. That one's got a 13. That's a 14. And then I was kind of surprised I'm not seeing a number on this door. But that just goes to tell me that this was bought out of a catalog and then I had directions to go with it when they installed it. Here's the door. I'm not sure. I don't think this was made in 1776, but that's the only date I'm finding on it. I'm thinking this is more of like the brand or something, or branding of it. But if you have any knowledge or ideas of what you think it is, leave it in the comments down below. It's all cast. This piece right here swivels and it's held on with a rivet. It's just peened over on the inside. So it's not a screw or nothing. So that definitely dates it and puts some age on it. I'm really impressed with how well that cleaned up with the different wire wheels we had and that other brush we had. It worked really good. Let me go ahead and get everything blown out and then we'll get it swept up. And then we can stop painting it. I can't wait to see what it looks like with a fresh coat of black paint. Get our little pieces tied up so we can spray them. There we go. Nice. Put my gloves back on before I get spray paint all over. I'm going to be painting this with a Rust-Oleum high heat flat black paint. This paint's rated for 2,000 degrees, so I don't plan on getting the stove that warm. If we do, we have a problem. Get all these little pieces painted. It's looking nice. We'll let it dry, check it out, we'll give it another coat. I'm assuming we're gonna need at least 2 coats, if not 3 coats. Oh, it smells like paint. So, this is looking really good, but the only thing I'm not liking is the color match. The cap's supposed to be black, and it's more of like a charcoal. And the reason I don't like that is it's not gonna match with the stovepipe. This color would, and this isn't. So, I'm hoping if I put a few more coats on, maybe it'll get darker. And if it doesn't, we'll have to see if we can order some specific black stove paint. This is just high heat paint. It's the right color until it dries. If it would stay that color, I'd be happy. That looks really good. And it looks really nice when it's wet, but as it's drying, it's getting that like plush black, flat black. It's supposed to be like a flat, but it's not supposed to be the color it is. It looks nice, but I don't like it because it's not going to match the stovepipe, and then the stovepipe in that is just going to jump out. It's going to look completely two-toned. So I'll let it dry, we'll see what it looks like. But I'm thinking I'm going to have to go online and order some stove paint and see if that'll do it. Alright, it's pretty much dry everywhere, and where it's dry, it's pretty gray. It's supposed to be black, but it's not. So if we have our stovepipe on it, you're gonna be able to tell the difference. So I'm gonna go see if I can find a different wood stove paint because I'm not liking that. With all the work and effort we got put into it, I want to have it just right. So I'll be back in a little bit. How many eggs do you think today? You think we'll get 6 again?
Yeah, maybe.
I'll say 4 today.
Gento, hey. Hey. I'm gonna go back and get it. Come on.
You ladies hungry?
Oh my gosh.
You got 6 again? Nice. It's warmer today, so hopefully there's not any cracked ones. Pluto, leave their food alone. I like this time of the year.
Till they start picking back up again.
Yep.
I need a breakfast casserole. I've been craving it.
Breakfast casserole sounds delicious. Where are you,
Moose
Moose?
must be underneath. I gotta see.
6 eggs.
No
Look at
cracks.
That sun feels nice.
Yeah. Little pieces, I want some hay.
I'm coming. You gotta get off the gate, girl.
Ivy's making the noise today.
She is.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Get off.
Watch out, let me in.
Oh, he's girl.
There you ladies go. Hope your mama had more goats the other day. She had 2 boys.
She says, yeah, I don't care.
Like, whatever.
He goes through. She's not sideways.
One. One egg. You think we'll only get one?
Yeah.
I'll say 2. You didn't finish all your grain for breakfast. Come on. None?
1 egg.
1. Ah, that's it. They're getting replaced. The newest flock on the homestead, and it's time for the...
And it's cracked. It is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Newest flock on the homestead, and it's time to replace them.
Not for this area.
Well, it looks nice, but that is definitely not black. Luckily, I ran out to the store and I picked up, it's another Rust-Oleum, but this is high heat, 4 grills, and it's a semi-gloss. So I'm hoping this is gonna look more like this. We'll find out. We'll call this the nice primer base. They don't recommend using primer, so we just put a few more coats of paint on, and then we'll have a good coat on there. But it's looking real good. So this time I went with the Rust-Oleum High Heat Ultra. Maybe it's better because it's Ultra. I'm thinking the other one might have been more for cars, but it's still supposed to be a flat black, so let's find out. I also forgot I got one of these little contraptions. It keeps it so your trigger finger doesn't get tired. Instead of pushing down, you just pull a trigger. So far, it's looking better. That looks nice so far. That looks really nice. I hope it stays looking like this and it doesn't go gray like the last one. So I'm going to let this dry and then we'll be back out to check on it. I was getting ready to walk back up to the house, but I came back in to show you the sunset. You guys have got to see this. Look at that beautiful sunset. Hey Hope, what are you doing? Look at that. So beautiful. Oh, the camera doesn't do it any justice. You out here enjoying the sunset too, Hope?
Going to make chicken and rice soup tonight. I'm kind of sad because I had to buy some carrots. teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon, a little less than half a teaspoon of garlic powder, quarter of a teaspoon of white pepper. It's about 7 cups of broth I'm just going to add to this. And I'm just going to turn this up and bring it to a boil. And then I'm going to get my chicken in there. Well, it's boiling. So I'm just going to turn this down to a simmer and put my chicken in. So I just add that. I'm going to just let that simmer. It's been going for about 25 minutes. Now I'm going to add my rice. I like to soak my rice, so then I rinse it really good. So that's why it's in the strainer.
I had to put a second coat of that new paint on there, but that looks nice. It's not 100% dry yet, so I don't want to put all the doors on. We'll have to do that tomorrow. It's getting pretty late, so tomorrow morning we'll bring this up to the off-grid property, put it all together, and we'll get a little fire going in it. And we'll get it all seasoned and the stank burnt off. So that's where we're going to end today's video. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. If you guys have any tips or recommendations what we should do with the stove, leave it in the comments down below. If you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps. And we'll see you right back here in the next video at Lumnah Acres. Bye.